you Libra, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to your read. It's Saturday the 30th of May 2026. I'm going to do you guys a read and see what you've got going on. Please take what resonates and leave what does not. So, what messages do we have for Libra? What messages do we have for Libra? Messages for Libra. What does Libra need to know? Libra, you got the Ace of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Finding some clarity, having a mental kind of breakthrough, a breakthrough in your thinking about something or someone you need to leave behind, or you are leaving behind, or something you need to move on from. You're at a crossroads, or you have been at a crossroads, or you're still at that crossroads. About what you're investing to, who you're investing to, what you're invested into, what you're giving to. What you're being generous towards, who you're being generous towards. Possibly thinking about money or business or finances. Perhaps you're at a crossroads with regards to your career. You're finding some sort of clarity and truth, or you're coming towards a new way of thinking about something. It's sort of like you're doing a reassessment here, or an assessment. There's possibly a decision that you need to make, or that you are making, or you have made. This is about going forwards in the future. What you leave behind and what you go towards. So let's see what these could be about for you, Libra. Why is the Ace of Swords here for Libra? The Four of Wands and the Nine of Wands. This is possibly to do with partnerships, friends, family, loved ones, perhaps a marriage. But I'm getting more partnerships, the partnerships that you have in your life, those who you are in union with, those who you are around. You're putting up your defences about something here, Libra. You're putting up some boundaries. I think at the moment the energy, as I said, is in an assessment, general view. You're kind of looking at partnership in a whole, as a whole. And you are... yeah, you're definitely putting up some boundaries and defences about the future and relationships, partnerships. Perhaps it's a business partnership. Perhaps it's something to do with your money. But I'm getting more you're having just this overall overhaul, should I say. An overhaul. Could be thinking about your money and socializing, your lifestyle as well. What aspects of your life you are giving to, and perhaps what you're not giving to. Why is the Six of Swords here for Libra? the Emperor in reverse and the Five of Cups in reverse. I think you've had some disappointment somewhere. You've had some regrets, disappointments, and you have possibly had a lack of structure, or been undisciplined in some way. Perhaps there's been some drama or some chaos, or something that's, or possibly something that you've stubbornly held on to, but you've been disappointed and you're now moving away from that. Perhaps something about impulse and making impulsive decisions or impulsive actions that leave you feeling disappointed. Why is the Two of Wands here for Libra? Ten of Swords, King of Pentacles. So yeah, as I said, possibly there's been something, a situation with someone, or just a situation in general that's left you feeling disappointed, betrayed in some way. Perhaps something that you thought was solid, or someone that you thought was solid, and they have perhaps betrayed you, or you're feeling like they've deceived you or betrayed you in some way, stabbed you in the back. Or this is about feeling betrayed in general, feeling like something or someone hasn't got your back the way that you have their back, or something's not showing up for you the way that you show up for it. And you are kind of, looking to stabilize yourself and get back to some sort of balance and stability. Why is the Six of Pentacles here for Libra? The Eight of Swords in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, I think you're coming to some sort of spiritual awakening, or awakening within yourself, getting out of some sort of negative thinking or anxiety or worry, or some negative thoughts or anxiety or worry, something that's been going over and over in your mind perhaps, or something that you've been thinking about quite a lot, too much, that's been taking up too much space in your mind and your life perhaps. And I'm definitely getting what and who you are committed to, who you commit to, who you give your time, your energy and your resources to. And the fact that you perhaps overgive in some ways and don't, and you kind of leave yourself empty. Or you've kind of been overcommitted to someone or something, and it hasn't kind of given you back, or it's left you feeling disappointed and betrayed. So let's have a look. Why is the Emperor here in reverse energy for Libra? The Five of Wands in the upright and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Again, there's been, I'm getting an impulsive or inconsistent energy, kind of making decisions without thinking first, and it's caused some sort of conflict, some stress, tension or conflict. Or there's someone here that you've had some conflict, stress, tension with, perhaps some arguments, just a bit of fiery energy that's kind of lost control and gone in a very impulsive, unstructured, chaotic sort of manner. Why is the Hierophant here for Libra. The Five of Swords in the upright and the Ace of Wands in reverse. I'm getting someone or a situation here that you feel manipulated in, you feel betrayed in, something that you was investing and giving to, and kind of there was a possible potential here, but it didn't get off the ground, something didn't happen, and you were possibly quite committed to it, and it didn't kind of turn out the way that you had hoped for it to. Why is the Ten of Swords here for Libra? The Star in the upright and the Sun in reverse. You were hopeful about something that ended up betraying you. You weren't seeing the truth, or something was being hidden from you, and you possibly, I'm getting as well, you're giving someone or a situation the benefit of the doubt, when perhaps you shouldn't be, or you're just generally feeling hopeful after some sort of betrayal or hurtful situation, hoping for a better day, a positive, more positive energy, and to move into a more positive energy. There's something definitely here about giving someone the benefit of the doubt, or giving a situation the benefit of the doubt. Why is the Four of Wands here for Libra? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Hermit. Yeah. There's something here that was kind of going, something that was going on for a while, and you were very patient with it, possibly too patient with it, or with someone, committed to them, or them. I don't know what the situation is, or what, you only know that, the finer details of what's going on for you, but you were very committed, patient to something or someone, and I don't feel like you got the same efforts, patience or commitment from them. There's also the Hermit there in the upright. I'm getting, so yeah, soul searching, looking for a light in the dark, looking within, trying to look for some spiritual guidance. Perhaps you're receiving some spiritual guidance, but this is, I'm also getting a closed off energy, someone that was closed off, or a situation that was sort of a dead end. There wasn't any light to be found. You got the Star there, and the Hermit also has the Star in his lantern. There was this hope, there was this benefit of the doubt, this hope that something would change, something would sort itself out or become good, and I just feel like it hasn't. There's been no change, something that's been very, very slow, very stagnated, perhaps very conflicted. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse for Libra? The Hermit in reverse, there you go. The Ace of Swords in reverse. There's the clarity. Someone that left you feeling confused. Someone that possibly shut you out, or made you feel shut out, or a situation that you felt was, well, a dead end. There was sort of no light in the dark, no further way forward in it, and it left you confused and somewhat, I'm getting, tormented in your mind as well, or there was just no truth. Someone was possibly secretive, or a situation wasn't clear, or there was some sort of unknown energy there. Why is the Ace of Wands here in reverse for Libra? The Sun in reverse and the Magician in reverse. There you go. Yeah, you was possibly, well, I think you were doubtful about whatever this was. And also there was an energy of deception, manipulation here, and trickery. So someone wasn't quite someone was wearing a mask, or someone was hiding something from you, or something about a situation was hidden from you. And also something wasn't making you happy. It wasn't positive, or someone was negative, or there was a negative, conflicted kind of situation or person here. Why is the star here for Libra? The Four of Cups and the Seven of Swords. There you go. Yeah. So someone was a bit cunning, sneaky, possibly manipulative with their words, cunning with their words, selective with their words is what I'm saying. And I think you were just continually feeling dissatisfied by this situation or this person. What's that that's just flipped out? The Moon in reverse. Illusion, deception, confusion. So yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much what the energy is, because it's starting to repeat itself now. Can I just get some clarification on the Sun? It's here twice in reverse. What's the important message about the Sun for Libra, please, Spirit? The Lovers in the upright, Four of Swords in reverse, the Devil in reverse, and the Six of Swords in reverse. Yeah. There was something unhealthy, negative, toxic here. I think you have walked away from it, Libra. I think you have detached yourself from the situation, from the person, because I think you possibly saw, well, perhaps this person, I think you kind of knew Libras are very observant, very good detectives. They need to know truth, clarity as a standard kind of foundation. You won't get away with trickery or sneakiness with a Libra, because they will search to the ends of the earth to get the truth and clarification that they need. How do I know that? Because I have Libra quite strongly in my chart, even though I'm a Leo. But my Libra energy, definitely, I have a very good bullshit radar. So I know kind of, yeah, how that energy stands with Libras. Justice, truth, honesty, clarity. If we ain't got that, then we don't want anything, because it's just, we can't be doing with nonsense and tomfoolery and, you know, and lies, and just be straight up. So do I need to put these into their suits, Libra? You got the Lovers there in the upright. So yeah, it was possibly, probably for some of you, whoever that's for, it was to do with someone you were connected to. But I am getting a general kind of taking stock of partnerships, those who you allow into your life, those who you connect to, those who you trust, those, or perhaps that you're not going to be so trusting in the future, going forwards from this situation or this person. I'm just going to put them into their suits to see if I can get anything else from this. If I can't, then I will end the video. If I can, then I will be back in just a moment. Libra, do you know what I'm getting here? That you never ever knew, if this is a person, and I'm getting that this is a person, it could be a situation, a business, however it resonates to you, but I am getting strongly that this was a person that you were connected to, in a relationship with, whatever it was for you. You never knew where you stood with this person. There is a lot of swords here. A lot of swords. You've got as many sword cards as you have major arcanas here. You could never quite trust this person's words. You were always on edge, or always trying to process, analyze. It got you to a place in your mind where every single word this person says or said, you were having to analyze it, process it, look at it from different perspectives. You were really trying to find the truth in this person's words, because you could never find truth in this person's words. They were very cunning, sneaky, strategic, clever with their words. I mean, you got a Magician there in reverse. That is someone that manipulates, uses their power in order to get the outcome that they want at whatever cost. You've also got the Five of Swords there, which is someone, yes, that has to win at all costs, has to get their way at all costs, has to win, has to get the desired outcome that they require. The Seven of Swords, you know, you can't, the Magician in reverse and the Seven of Swords, you can't really say more sneakier, cunning and deceptive than that, in all honesty. I get that you were always disappointed. You were, it doesn't matter what happened, you were always disappointed in one way or the other. This person was always hiding something, always, just, you were on edge, really on edge. And I think you was in your head about this, and I think it caused you a lot of anxiety and worry, which is really rubbish. And I really do hope you're coming through that now, Libra, because that's no way for anyone to be, or have to, for anyone to have to deal with. I think you've put your boundaries up. There's the devil there in reverse. I think you have come through it at the other end, which I'm very pleased to see if that's the case. I think you've distanced yourself from this person. You've made a decision. I think there was possibly quite a temptation to this person and an intense kind of chemistry with this person. Perhaps it was a more casual, physical, but a very sort of sexual energy with this person. But I think you now realise that it was no good for you. The pleasure was not worth the pain, is a word, a phrase that I like to use, because it's really not sometimes. Yeah, and I think your Nine of Wands as your last wand message, you've put your defences up. I think you found your own closure, you found your own truth. I think this person thinks they're very clever, but you can never be that clever with a Libra, because a Libra will see through you all day long. Like I said earlier, they will go to the ends of the earth to find the truth that they need to find. So yeah, so that's what I have for you, Libra. Good luck, keep walking, keep your boundaries up, and really, I think in future you're going to really keep those boundaries up, and be more be more selective in who you partner up in, whether that's in relationships, business, friendships, whatever it is for you. And that's a very strong, good place to be at. Stay in that place, and yeah, onwards you go. Thanks for tuning in, Libra. Lots of love. Till next time. Bye bye.